The future of Kyle Juszczyk. This was one of the first guys they signed, and they made him like the highest paid fullback by far. Like they set a record. And when they introduced it and explained the signing, they were like, look, this guy is not just a fullback, okay? He is an offensive weapon. And the ways that we use him will dazzle you. It'll just blow your mind, all the different ways that we make this investment that you think is exorbitant seem cheap, seem totally worth it. Like all the ways we're going to use it, this guy, he's going to be a great investment. Meanwhile, he gets one target, it's like one carry, one target a game, not on the field for even 50% of their snaps, free agent at the end of the year. Are they driving his cost down so they can get him at a cheaper price, or are they just phasing him out and moving on?
They're just phasing him out and moving on. Kyle Juszczyk, to me, he was my X factor to be the Super Bowl MVP, and he did score, and man, I thought he was going to win it for me. But anyways, Kyle Juszczyk, they're using him as a player. I remember sitting in that press conference. I think I was sitting next to you when they had that press conference, and we were looking at each other like, what the heck? Are you serious? Awesome. We're like, awesome. This is great. Yeah. We can justify paying the guy a 4-year, $21 million contract because all these great things they're saying. And I remember we were like, wow, that's a great signing. And then fantasy football owners were like, yeah, let's sign Kyle Juszczyk. So now what happens? 4 years later, he does so much, Grant. All right.
I thought he was going to use him the way Bill Walsh used Tom Rathman.
Yes.
I was like, oh, yeah, I get that. Yeah, man, give him 4 carries a game, 3 targets. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. But they don't use him like that.
Yes.
They use him like Harbaugh used Bruce Miller, like basically block or go in motion a few times, and we'll give you a token touch here or there so you don't complain. But that's about it.
Yeah. He's basically a decoy, Grant. That's all he is. He just freezes up the linebackers off play action pass and one's a real route once in the blue moon to keep the defenses honest. That's all he does. And
he's an expensive decoy. Here's the thing, Kyle, if you're watching, I respect your game. If I was the Niners offensive coordinator, I'd be giving you the ball 5, 6, 7, 8 times a game, and so would Bill Walsh. All I'm saying is the Niners don't use you. And it's not about whether they should or should not. They should. But we're talking about, are you going to be on the team next year? And if I were your agent, I'd be calling you like, hey, man, it doesn't look like you're going to be on the team next year. We should probably start making business decisions and look to the future.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's not a knock on Kyle Juszczyk. I love Kyle Juszczyk. I think, like you just said, he should get 6 to 8 touches a game because he's so valuable. And if you're paying,
he's definitely one of their 5 best skill players on offense.
Oh,
definitely,
dude. Easily, in my opinion, he's probably a top 5 player on the team. Period.
Thank you. He should be a captain. He should be a captain, not Mike McGlinchey. He might be.
I didn't understand that one.
Yeah. Again, real quick before we move off Juszczyk, if they do transition away from him, who would replace him? I mean, he's the best fullback in the league. You can't upgrade there. So if they do, it almost would make me feel like they're not going to be a 21 personnel team anymore. And if you look at what they've invested in recently, tight ends, they might become a 12 personnel team, which is 2 tight ends, or 11, which is 3 wide. They might become more like the Rams. I don't know. This offense might continue to evolve. I mean, it will continue to evolve, but it might look way different next year.
It's going to look way different without Kyle Juszczyk because Kyle Juszczyk, like I said, opens up Shanahan's playbook based on the personnel and the formation that you just alluded to. And he does so much for that offense just as a decoy. Even if it is as a decoy, it keeps defenses on their toes and honest because they can't play their splits differently because they always have to account for Kyle Juszczyk once in the blue moon. And with him out of the picture, you're right. I think you're right, Grant. I think you just predicted what's going to happen is they're going to go more 11 personnel.
Yeah. They're going to transition to more faster players. Fine. Okay. But I think it's too bad. He spent 4 years of his prime on the Niners and got about 140 touches. That's too bad. He should have been used more, and wherever he goes next will be like the downside of his career. At least he got paid. At least he got paid more than any fullback ever really should have. So good for you, but he feels like his career was wasted a little bit. I don't know. He still has tread on his tires. He hasn't been used. I mean, dude, in that game, They had the 2nd and 1. They handed it off to him. He gained 5 yards. And then 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 4th and 1, no touches, not even on the field. Like, all right, Kyle, like, just mail it in, man. Just mail it in, dude. Ryan says Ryans have the best name. Ryan and Ryan, you guys should get to know each other. Mo Allery says, honestly, Juszczyk, Trent Taylor as a receiver. Yeah, it's not even close. It's not even close. Yeah. I still can't get over the fact a few weeks ago against the Packers when Juszczyk got 23 snaps and River Craycraft got 50-something. It's disgusting, dude. And from what I've heard, Kevin White has been impressing all the players in training, in practice, and Shanahan's going with Craycraft. Again, it's not good, because that's Shanahan's biggest problem. In my thing is not playing the best players. His scheme is cool, but he doesn't consistently get the ball to his best players. You know, it's like you should be making sure that you get X amount of touches for this guy, X amount of touches for this guy. I still think the Niners would be Super Bowl champions if they had gotten Raheem Mostert 18 touches instead of 12 in the Super Bowl. I still believe that.